Welcome to SeedProd, the #1 drag and drop WordPress website builder. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a yoga website in WordPress by using SeedProd quickly and easily without any coding. I'm going to be using the pro version of SeedProd in this video, so if you want to grab your copy, head over to seedprod.com or click the link in the description below. If you need help installing SeedProd, there is a video in the link description as well in this video. You can click on that to get help to install SeedProd. Here I have a clean installation of WordPress, and on the left-hand side I have SeedProd installed. We're going to be using the theme builder today. Let's go ahead and click on Theme Template Kits, and we're going to be using a yoga theme today. So we can search for yoga on the top right corner, and here we have 3 different options currently that come with SeedProd. These are pre-made themes that are ready for you to use. You can preview these by clicking on the magnifying glass for each one. I'm just going to go with the first option here. This is Yoga and Wellness Theme, and click the check mark here to import this. Great, here we can see all of the theme template files have been imported. And if we look closely in the bottom right, there's actually 2 pages here. So on page 2, I have the header and the global CSS. Let's make sure that our theme is enabled in the top right corner by clicking this on. You might have 2 pop-ups here just to hit OK on if you need to do that. Let's go ahead and preview the front of the website just to see it. And here we can see the website that is imported, and it already looks great. We just need to make some modifications now to make it our own. Let's start with modifying the header. Let's come back to SeedProd, find the header, we'll click on Edit Design. Here at the top, we can see the logo. Let's go ahead and click on Block Settings. On the left-hand side, we can remove this logo, and we'll use our own option. I have a simple logo that's already created. I'm just going to drag and drop it right into here. You can click on Upload Files and upload it through the File button here as well if you need to do that. I'm going to select the simple logo, click Select down here, and here we can see it. All right, I'll use something around 80 to 100. Maybe we'll go between there around 90. And there we can see the logo. On the right-hand side, we have the menu. Let's click Block Settings. This is using the SeedProd Simple menu. So you can click on these and you can modify it. So we have Home, we have Our Classes, Teachers, Pricing Plans, and Contact. If you want to change any of these, you can delete them, you can copy them, you can add new. You can change the URL for these if you like, as long as the page exists. Okay, great. We might come back to this to change the background color, but let's go back to the home page and we'll see what our colors should be. We can modify the global settings. Let's go ahead and save this, and I'll just X out of here. Great, let's come back to the front page, and if we refresh, now we can see our new logo and any menu changes if you made any. Great, let's come back to SeedProd. And on this page, we have the global settings. We can find that file on the second page. It might be on the first page for you, and we'll click on Edit Design. Inside of the global settings here, we have the colors, fonts, background, buttons, forms, layout, and custom CSS. So this is where we can change the color scheme for the whole website. So I'm going to go ahead and update all of these to kind of match my logo. Instead of the green colors, we'll go with something in the blue realm. Okay, great. There we go. I've modified some of these. You can see some of these colors here. And I just kind of adjusted the slider here to get colors that I thought looked good. And here on the right, we can see the example of the colors being updated. So you can see the buttons and the links and the text. Next, we can look at the fonts. If you want to change this, I'm going to leave the fonts alone, but you do have the option here for the header font, all of the H1 through H6. You have the body text as well. I'm happy with this for now, so we're just going to leave it alone. The one thing we will change is the hover. So we have the button hover and the link hover. So underneath fonts here, we have the links and we have the hover state. So right now normal, and then hover is right here. So I'll change this to a blue color and we'll find one that makes sense. That looks fine right there. We also have the button. So if we come down to buttons, we can change this. We have the button color right here. We also have the gradient if you want to change it to a gradient, but we also have the hover here, and we'll just copy this and I'll bring it back down. We'll use the button color and we'll paste that there. So I actually want my links to match my buttons. So let's change the button color to the same as the link. So I'll come to the normal state and we'll grab the color for this one and we'll bring it down for the button color. So I'll change this. We can paste that. We can see that those are the same. Now we just need the hover state. So I'll grab the link hover state. We'll minimize this and bring it back, hover, and I'll paste this right here. Perfect. So now these are both working the same and they look good. We do have a background here as well. I'm just going to leave this for now, and everything else should be okay for now. Let's go ahead and save this, and we can preview our front page here. And we can see that the buttons has changed. We have the menu links have changed. If we go down the page, you can see some of the text has changed as well. There might be some sections that we need to manually change. For example, the footer background here. For our header, we have a background color. It looks like it's a section with a custom light beige. We can change that as well. So again, let's just make sure this is saved and we'll exit out of here. And let's come back to our header. So we'll go to that second page and edit the background color on here. Now that we have our colors updated, we can go ahead and change the section and then the background color. Here we can select some type of blue. I'll go with this one, maybe a light green. And here we'll copy this and save this. I just want that code so we can change it on the header, or sorry, the home page as well. So if we come back, we can refresh, and we can see that the header background is updated. Let's go ahead and do the top section for the home page as well. So let's look for the home page and click on Edit Design. Here we have the background. It's the purple section. and we can change that background color here as well. We'll just paste that color in there. There we go. That looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and start modifying our homepage. So here we have a big picture. So here is a row, and we look, there's no background image here because there's actually one column inside of this. And if we look at this column setting here, we can see that the image was applied to the background here. So at this point, you can go ahead and create your own. So you can delete this and we can add a new image if we like. Great. So I'm going to use my own image here. You can use a stock photo as well if you like. This is built inside of SeedProd. And then you can just search, for example, yoga, and you'll have some options pop up here. I'm going to go ahead and use my own image here. And I'm going to upload this right now. I'm going to select this photo and import it here. Okay, great. So now we have our text and it's a little bit hard to see. So if we come and stay in the column settings, we have the dim background. So we can actually drag this up so that the text can pop off the page a little bit. I think that looks pretty good. If you like, you can change the overlay color here as well to match your design. So for example, you could use a blue color and you can see that tint there, or you could keep it to the black. Here we have our text, so we can click on the block settings for our headline here, and you can modify that by typing it in here. You can also click edit with AI. So here we have yoga and wellness for inner alignment. We can use simple language. We can make it longer. We can make it shorter. We can change the tone to one of the many options here. For example, we have calm, and this will then select this and update it if we want to. We can use a new prompt, or we can change it to a completely different language as well if we need to. If you select new prompt, you can describe your text and click on generate text. Here we can see what the AI came up with, and we'll click on insert. Excellent. And you can actually do this with all of the text down the page. So for example, here's another one. You can edit with AI, or you can change the text here. Here's another block of text you can change with edit with AI, or you can just manually type it in if you like. Next, we have the button here. You can click on block settings. You can modify the text here. This is going to link to our pricing plans, and you can change the size, the icon if you want to add any. We have templates for different types, and we have advanced options here as well. However, I like the look of it on this example. Here we have the next section. We have a row with two different columns. So the blue row, then we have one column, and then the second column right here. Then inside here, we have the blocks, which are orange, of course. Now we have just a simple text here, which you have modified above. So you can go ahead and do that. On the right side here, we have a yoga type section. And this is actually a template that's imported into this template. So it's a smaller template right here on the left-hand side called yoga type section. We actually have multiple templates here for the header, footer, sidebar, and the yoga types. So if you want to modify this, you can select it. Make sure your page is saved, and we'll click on edit this template part. This will open a new window here where we can modify this. Let's select the first one for the block settings, just as an example, and we have an image here on the left-hand side. Again, we can do the same thing where we can remove this, delete it, change it. We can change the size, the alignment. We can change the name here, and we have advanced options as well. So you can change the styles, the spacing, attributes, device visibility, and animation effects. We've already gone through how to change your images and text, so it's very simple to do. So once you're happy with the different sections here, you can add more if you like. You can delete some if you like. Go ahead and save this, and all of the changes will then update onto your other page. You will have to refresh this page to see them. If we come down, we have a different section here. Here we have two columns, so one row and two columns. We have the column settings here. We have an image on the left-hand side. Again, it's the exact same process as the header, as well as some text inside of here. So we can use the edit with AI to change this, or we can rewrite it manually ourselves, the same as the text right here. And on the right side, we have the exact same thing. Below that, we have more sections with pictures, so you can modify these by clicking the block settings, as well as the header and the text as well. If we come down, we have a larger section. So we can click on the section with a big image here. I'm going to go ahead and delete this one, and we can use our own image. We can create one with AI if we like and use it in here, or we can use a stock image as well. Here I did a quick search for yoga. I'll just select an image here, and now you can actually change the background positioning. So you have full screen cover if you like, you have the fixed, you have contain, 100% top, 100% bottom if you want to change that. You can dim the background if you need to, and you have the overlay color if you like. Once you're happy with that, you can come inside of the text and change the quote here. This is a testimonial, so it's by Sarah M here. You can add multiple if you like. So if we add a second one, we could actually duplicate and then modify this one. So we have the actual testimony or the quote, and then we have the picture, and then we have Sarah M, the name. If we come down to the bottom, we can enable the comment bubble, or we can turn on the carousel settings. So if we turn this on, autoplay, and 5 seconds, this will go through each one every 5 seconds. We have the dark or the light option here, so now you can see the controls, and you can go through each one of these if you like. Once you're happy with this, we can come down to the next section. Again, this is very basic. We have a row with 2 different columns. We have an image here. We can modify this on the left-hand side, and we have text on the right. It's just a simple text, and then we have our headline, and of course our text. And remember that we can edit this with AI if you need help with that. And then at the bottom, we have the footer template. Now this is modified in a different part. We'd have to save this and then modify it elsewhere. For now though, I think that's good. So if we come back, we can refresh our homepage, and and we should see all of the updates that we've made. Perfect. If we scroll down, you should be able to see all of your changes, and it looks great. Next, I think we should edit the footer. Now that we've done the header, we've done the front page, let's go ahead and do the footer. So let's exit out of here. We'll come back to our theme template files, and we'll look for footer down here on the left-hand side and click on Edit Design. At the top, we have one section here. We have a second section below this and a third section. The first thing I want to do is change this background image on this section, so we can delete this one. And again, I'm just going to use a stock image for this. I'll just search for yoga, and I'll find one that makes sense. Maybe this one here. And again, we'll change that positioning. And if you need to, you can use a custom position here if you like. Let's change this to cover, and we have the XY positioning, so you can change this and the Y positioning as well. So I'll bring this up right about here. Next, we have our text here that we can modify. We can click on Edit with AI, and maybe we could make it shorter this time instead. There we go. And I'll insert this text, and that was updated. On the right, we have a subscription for email here to join a newsletter. On the left-hand side, we have email, name, opt-in, and we have the submit button and the success action. If you like, you can click on connect up here, and this will actually connect you to a third-party email marketing service. I'm just going to save the page before I change this. Go over here. So for example, if you want to use Constant Contact, you click on Contact, connect to your account, put in your API information, and then all of the emails that sign up will be managed by Constant Contact. Great. Below this, we have this section. Let's change the background here to match our color theme. The blue looks good. And below this, we have another section. We can change this as well. Maybe just a slightly different color, maybe a little bit darker. I think that looks great. Here we have the logo that we used for the theme, but we don't want this one anymore. We want to use our own. So we'll just select this option here. And of course, that's too big. So we'll change this. This is set to percentage. We want this on pixel, or you could use a percentage if you prefer. And I'll keep it around 100, which is fine. Again, we have text here that we can modify, and we have our menus, different links here. We have follow us, the text, and then the actual social media buttons. On the left-hand side, we can edit these easily. You can select the social media network that you want to use. You can expand this and change the URL. You can delete them. You can add new. You can change the style simply. Maybe you want stacked, maybe you want default still, and the size of these if you want to change these. We have different templates if you want to change the style quickly and easily. For example, here you go. We'll do the circles, or we can make smaller ones, whatever looks good for you. We go ahead and go under advanced, and you can take a look at more options here if you want to get really detailed. Then of course at the bottom we have our copyright here. I'm just going to go ahead and save this page, and that's the end of the footer. We can close out of here. We can come back and just refresh our home page. And if we take a look at the bottom, we can see our new footer. There you go. This is our completed front page, and I think it looks pretty good. If you want to change anything, you can still easily do that in seconds. And now that you know how to do the front page, it'd be very easy to go through the rest of the pages here. So let's do our classes, and I'll find that in the templates as well. So this is probably under a single page template. So you won't find a classes here. What you would actually do is come under pages and all pages, and that one single page template is going to be applied to multiple pages. So here underneath pages in WordPress, we have our classes. Here we're going to click on Edit with SeedProd. This will take us to the builder for this specific page. Okay, great. At the top, we can go ahead and modify the section background color here. So we can change this. And I just copied this from the home page, and we can close that. Perfect. We have the picture here. So of course, you know how to change this with the column. You can delete this one and find your own using a stock picture or your own picture. There we go. I'm going to use a stock picture here. You can change the text here. We have the subtext. And then if we come down, we have the actual schedule here for the classes. And if you want to book these, you can set up a system here in WordPress with a plugin to actually schedule your classes, or you can just have them set to a contact page where they can call or email. So here's the top row here with all of the days of the week, and you can change this color as well. We'll just change this to the top part, this color up here, just so it matches. And then you can go through each one to modify all of the information. So here's another row. You can change the block here. This is just simple text, an icon, and more text. And we have the button on the right-hand side. So currently all of these buttons go to the pricing page. We want to change that to go to contact for now. And keep in mind, again, you can add a system to have a booking system in place so people can do this online automatically. But for now, this is a simple way to do this so they can contact you and book your classes. Great, I think that looks pretty good. We come down, we have a photo here that you can edit, and we have, again, some text, and we have the footer that we made earlier. Let's go ahead and save this page, and we'll close this and go to the next page. So the next page here will be teachers. Let's just refresh the classes first, just so we can preview this. See the new image and the new colors. I think that looks good. Here we have the teachers page, and again, you should already pretty much know how to do this. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with the header. And then it's just simple images. We have text, 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 and then just some social media icons here. So let's come over to pages and all pages, and we'll look for teachers. and we'll edit with SeedProd. At the top, let's modify the section background. Here we have the background color. I can just paste this right here and it'll update. Then of course the next section, we have all of these pictures we can modify. The only thing that's really different, we do have the text here that's the meditation, which is green. So we could change that under advanced. And then we have the designation color. So this is just hard coded into this. So we'd have to manually change this. We'll go with this color. I think that looks fine. I can change each one of these quickly and easily. And you can make these look however you like. You can make rounded corners. You can add a background color. You can change the text, font, layout, whatever you wish. The only thing really different here that we have are the social media icons here. So on the bottom, we have social icons and then some option here such as width. You want to make them bigger if you like, you could do that. We have icon padding, so you can make that go across if you like, maybe about 25, or you could keep it smaller, whatever you prefer. You have the different alignment. So if you want to change that, you have a background color if you want to add something behind it, a little bit of a square color there, like a faint color, or you could clear that and take it off. We have the color itself, so you could change these to match your theme a little bit better. And we have the shape at the bottom. So we have default, rounded, circle, or custom. We could do rounded, or we could do circle. We don't have a background on them right now, so it's hard to see that. And then you can go through each one to change those as well. And there you go. I've updated everything. Once you're happy with the page, you can go ahead and save this, and we can close this and go to the next one. Let's refresh the teacher's page on the live website. We can see the changes with the text and the social media icons, and then we have the pricing plans. Again, this is similar to our classes where we have a book now button, which for now you can just set to your contact page, or you could set up a system in here. We're not going to go through that in this video, but there are lots of WordPress plugins to do that with booking systems for your business. So let's go ahead and modify the pricing plan. Let's look for this page under pages and all pages, and let's modify pricing plans and edit with SeedProd. At the top, let's change the background for the section. Same color. We'll change this. This time, let's go ahead and change this picture. I'll use the column. We'll delete this one, use another stock photo. There we go. We have the header here now that we can change the pricing plans, the subheading here, and then we have the different plans themselves. So here we can select the first one, and we have all of the options on the left-hand side. This is for our pricing table block. We have the basic plan, the price that you want to pay. Let's say like maybe $15 a month, the currency that you want to use. We have the before symbol or after, so you can change the position of that and how much this costs per month, per year, whatever you wish. We have the regular price, so if you want to have a special, you could show that if you like. We do have a description here, so if you enter some text, it'll add a little bit of a description underneath here. You can also have a top button if you want to have a second one. We already have one at the bottom. At the bottom, we have features list. So right here, we have book now for the button, and we have the link to where this will go. So for example, we'll just do contact for now. And we have the bottom button border radius. So this will make it round or not if you want to have that. Under advanced options, we have everything for the colors and the topography that you can change here. The buttons, color, everything like that. The price, you can modify and completely customize all of this. For the actual color, we have the column settings here. So we have the background, and we'll change this to maybe like a lighter green or the blue, whatever matches. I think that looks fine. Here we have the second option. You would just go through these, so standard. And then of course we have the premium as well. The only thing I'm going to really change on this is maybe the color. We'll just make this a little bit darker so it pops off the page a bit. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. We'll just change the price. And of course you could change all of the list items here for all of the different features of what they get. Once you're happy, you can come down the page and we have the same section here. We have the image on the left-hand side we could change. And then it's just basic text here that we could update as well. I think that looks fine for now. I'm going to come up and I'm going to save my page. We can refresh the pricing page. There we go. I think that looks fantastic. We'll come up and we have the last page for our contact page. So lastly, we have our contact page here, and underneath our theme templates here, I noticed that we have a contact us template. We actually don't need this because we already have the single page working for us. We can go ahead and just trash this for now. We don't need this. We can come to pages and all pages. And here we have the contact page. We can go ahead and edit with SeedProd. And at the top, we had a big image along the top. I just removed that to keep the page nice and simple. Again, this is for our contact page. And here we have our email for inquiries. We can update this. We can change this. So whatever you want to have here, we can have example.com, whatever your email is. We can have orders, contact, classes, information, whatever you want to put there. You have the customer service hours. You could change this. There's a press email here if you want to remove this or keep it. It's up to you if you want this. Whatever information you want to put in here, maybe your social media icons you could put in here. So we could put social icons or social sharing even if you want your friends to book. They could just simply click on a social profile here and share it with their friends so they could come to this page and book as well. So let's go ahead and put this in here, and I'll just simply align to the left, maybe put these large. And we can change the style to stacked. And you have different templates here, maybe something like that. I think that looks pretty good. And on the right-hand side, again, we have the newsletter here as well. So people could sign up to get information on your newsletter. This works the exact same way as the one in the footer. We have the email, the name, and you can connect it up here to your favorite third-party email marketing service. If you like, you could add some images here. You could change the background color, or you could add any of our blocks here that if you want, you could do your Instagram pictures. So you could do a preview down here with the Smash Balloon, which is a fantastic plugin. You could add videos, images, buttons, opt-in forms, whatever you wish. Once you're happy with this page, let's go ahead and save, and we can X out of here, and let's preview the contact page here. And there you go. You're fully completed here. So on the front page, we can take a look, do a little preview of this. We have our front page, which we've modified. You can change all your pictures, your text. You can use AI to do that. You have a custom header and footer here. We have our classes page. You can come down, you got your custom header. We have all of our classes that book now. Go to the contact page. We have the teachers. Again, we modified some pictures here, as well as the text, the social media buttons. We modified those as well. We have our pricing plan. Here you have the custom pricing, and of course the images. And lastly, we have the contact page as well. This is where people could order your classes. And again, you could put in some type of booking system if you like. And there you go. That's how you can create a simple yoga website in WordPress by using SeedProd with zero coding, as well as some AI features. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like. Check out our other videos here if you want to learn more about SeedProd. Leave a comment if you found this helpful. I appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.